What's going on, guys? It's Joe here from Financially Savvy, back with another update on my personal finances, my journey towards financial freedom, and my net worth. For anyone who doesn't follow me already, I post one of these videos every single month just to keep myself accountable to you guys, to show you that I'm practicing what I preach when it comes to personal finances, budgeting, and good money management. Now, just to give you some background, around 5 years ago, we hit a crisis point with our finances and I decided enough was enough. I simply wanted more for me and my family financially. So I taught myself everything I needed to know about personal finance and investing and started building a tool that would hopefully help us take control of our finances and also put us in the driving seat of our financial future. Now, that tool not only helped us go on to take complete control of our finances and eliminate our debts, it's also helped me quit my 9 to 5 at the age of 32 and has put us in a position to be able to retire in our 40s if we want to. The really mind-blowing part is it has now helped over 1,400 other people to absolutely smash their financial goals. So without further ado, let's dive into the spreadsheet so I can give you an update on where we are with our journey and also show you how I've set up our money management system so that you can set up a similar system for yourselves and achieve your own financial goals faster than you ever thought possible. Okay, so the tab that we're looking at right here is the monthly balance sheet. Now, this is where we set our intentions at the beginning of every single month by setting our budget. It's also where we track our expenses throughout the month as well to see that we're on track. So we put our plan into these plan columns here, or our budget, and then we track our actual spend against that budget in these actual columns over here. Now, the powerful part of doing this is that at the beginning of every single month, once you put your plan in or your budget into this spreadsheet, and you put your income in over here as well, it's going to tell you exactly how much you've got left or what your free cash flow is. Now, this is important because that's the amount of money you've got left to save and invest towards your financial goals. By the way, I should say the numbers haven't always looked like this for us, whether your numbers are smaller or bigger. You know, a lot of people will be starting from a place where the numbers are smaller. Our numbers were significantly lower than this when we first started. They are only this big now through a process of consistent action and effort of tracking our finances this way and putting things in place to increase our cash flow over the last 4 to 5 years. So just focus on your journey. So it's showing us what we've got left to save and invest. If I hit undo, you can see that we maximized that number. We've used as much of that free cash flow as we possibly can to put towards our savings and investments at the start of the month, rather than leaving it in our accounts and letting it burn a hole in our accounts and probably getting spent on things we don't actually need before we've invested it. Okay, so we invest it first. Pay yourself first. The spreadsheet also breaks down your income versus your outgoings in these nice visual charts down here, as well as your monthly expenses via different categories such as housing, living costs, luxuries, etc. And it also shows us and automatically calculates our savings rate, which is currently at 44%. Now, our target is to always be above 30%, and we are edging closer and closer month by month now towards a 50% savings rate, which is our ultimate goal. So we are very, very happy about this. The next tab of the spreadsheet is the yearly expenses tab. Now, this pretty much does everything that the previous tab does, except we only track our actual numbers in here, so what we've actually spent on things, and we specifically use it for tracking our holidays, gifts, and insurances. So expenses that come up maybe once per year or just as a complete one-off, so that we have a good idea of what we're spending on these categories throughout the period of an entire year. Now, this is powerful for when it comes to your expenses in retirement tab, because it means that we've got a fluid basis and some real-time data to look at to be able to estimate what our expenses are going to be when we stop working. Now, that's important because if I was to ask you right now, how much are you going to want to spend on travel when you stop working? It's going to be very difficult to pull an accurate number out of the air, right? And you don't want to restrict yourself. You also don't want to budget so much that you end up having to save for years longer than you otherwise might have had to be able to retire. So it can go both ways. If you ask me, however, I know exactly how much we've spent on holidays over the last 3 to 4 years because I've got it tracked. So I can estimate very accurately what our lifestyle is going to cost when we stop working. So I've got another video coming later in the month where I'll break this down in more detail and show you how to calculate your FI number, which is the amount of money you need saved or invested to be able to stop working and never have to work a job ever again. The tab then tracks your savings, your house equity and assets, and your debts, and then automatically feeds that information into this tab of the spreadsheet, which automatically calculates your net worth. For us, our net worth is again for another month this year, sat at the highest number it's ever been sat at, even despite the stock market going down throughout October. So we are thrilled about this. Really, guys, the whole reason we've been able to grow our net worth from a place of negative 40,000 up to 313,000 pounds today is through a process of tracking our finances this way and having the information we need to make informed decisions about our finances week to week, month to month, and year to year. And I can't emphasize enough the power of seeing your finances broken down this way. So if you're not already doing it, obviously I highly recommend you go and do it. Whether you build a system yourself, which could take time, or you use my system, it's completely up to you. If you do want a plug and play ready to go system, I will leave a link below. There will be 50% off for today only. Once today is over, the sale ends. So go grab a copy if you want to get started today. If you're watching this over on my YouTube channel, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next monthly update, as well as videos that I'm posting every week. If you're watching this video on X, make sure you follow so you don't miss my next monthly update, as well as getting more on how to manage and invest your money to become financially free. I'll see you in the next video, guys.